Guys, these CRYSTRON buyouts are completely out of control. We've got that, White Forest, Orchist, Hand Traps, and a lot more buyouts to go over here. So, if you guys enjoy these market watches, it's your boy, Thomas from Team Sakurasso here, come at you guys with another banger Yu-Gi-Oh! Market watch. All I ask you guys to do before we begin the awesomeness is smash that like button. 100 likes on this video, that'd be great. It's a Monday, so I like to make these a bit longer because I know some people have that long drive to work. They like hearing all the buyouts, and Monday brings in a lot of business. So smash that like button. Subscribe if you've not already. Welcome to the new subs that have come. I know I said that last market watch, but we actually are gaining a good amount of subs now. Not sure why, because January is supposed to be bad for the algo, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Welcome. Thank you to my YouTube channel members. Guys, if you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, the best way to do it is to consider being a YouTube channel member. I have channel member only videos, tiers as low as $2, and it helps me kind of turn this more into a full-time thing because I love to do that, give you guys, you know, more daily market watches, and that'd be great. Also, join the Discord as well. Let me know what cards we'll go over in the comment section below for the next market watch. Buy anything on TCG Players, my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost too. Check out Whatnot. Use my link. You get $15 on your next purchase. You might get your CRYSTRON cards for not just cheaper, but for $15 less because you'll have that credit. So go register. It's free to register using my Whatnot link in the description below. And we're going to get right into this here. So, CRYSTRON. All right, now here's the big quick kicker. Place your bets if I can pronounce this card. You guys, all right. Guarangondrax. Yeah, CRYSTRON Guarangondrax. Yeah, that's what it's called. $38, $40. The history is really funny on this card because it was like a $3 card, but if you go back, it was like $2 here, which is insane here. So if you have this in your bulk in any way, go find it. Raging Tempest did not do a good job for reprinting a lot of these CRYSTRON cards that are kind of forgotten in time. Citri here, which was also $1 at some point. You guys see it right here on the graph, actually. Yeah, enjoy $25 here for your Citris. If you guys want this deck, I would definitely pass. These prices are extremely inflated. Don't get me wrong. I get that you want to play a deck, and obviously you can do what you guys want. Almost every single person watching me is an adult, and, you know, high school the earliest, I guess, because I like to keep it a buck. No young people usually watch market watches. There's not as many younger people in the game to begin with. I don't want to. I know what I go to events. I go to a lot of locals. I know what I see. Sulf here is about $5 to $10 here as well for your supers. I would definitely just wait on getting these cards until they get a reprint or at least calm down from the hype from the new support. But we do have a deck profile coming up pretty soon. It's going to go into the build, some combos as well. So look forward to that. I'll be getting it this Saturday, hopefully, for you guys, and then uploading it later. So enjoy that. Hulk, obviously we have to go over this because whenever, you know, it's a CRYSTRON card, CRYSTRONs get support. Maybe Konami gets this on the ban list. I think the chance is about a 99% no. I'm going to keep it real with you. However, what I am kind of thinking of is an errata for this card requiring CRYSTRON cards. Now, that would probably make this card to be able to bring back, and that's a way that you guys have to look at banned cards somehow, sometimes, especially when they're cards that are way too strong to bring back as is, like Hulk here, AK Needle Fiber. $17 here, going up to $23. This card is safe from a reprint, most likely. I know that they like to reprint banned cards as QCs. That is possible, but with the ulti being as cheap as it is, it's hard for you to really lose here. There's a lot more to gain. If you guys are looking for at this card, I would definitely jump on it before others do, especially because we are not in ban list season yet. So we do have, you know, you guys have that advantage. If you guys don't know, when you're supposed to pick up ban list related cards, it's in the middle of a season because nobody's thinking of it. So prices are realistic and cheap. Ash Blossom. Now, this is the question of the day I have for you guys. Do you guys think that we are going to get alt arts of the Ghost Girls in Stampede? I've thought about that because I am cooking up another prediction list. We got like 115 likes on the video. For my last one, I said 120. We'll give it to you. I'm just gonna give it to you guys anyway because hey, those videos are very fun. You guys like them a lot, so I want to talk about that there as well in more depth. But I want to get your guys' opinions. I think that if it is truly the last call for QCs, they will most likely do that. However, another thought I do have right now is I'm wondering because they like QCs, they're probably gonna do them every 5 years. So they're gonna be like, hey, the 30th, right? The 30th anniversary. So instead of having a 25th stamp, we're going to have a 30th stamp. That's what I really think. We're going to bring QCs back, and maybe the Ghost Girls will come back then. I think we're past 25 years. I feel like we're on like almost 27, if not 27. So it's just something we're thinking of because we've had QCs for way over a year and a half, I feel. I feel like we've had them for at least 2 years, but maybe that's just me. Ghost Bell QC, these are 37 here, going up to 42 here. So they're getting cheaper. We saw them going up to 50. Now they're like 37. If you guys got them at 20, wow, you got them very cheap. We saw them as cheap as 18s as well. You guys can actually, on the graph, you can't really see that, but they were 18s. I do have, videos to prove that. But these are still very cheap. These are still very cheap for what they could be, and they are good this format. I still think they are. So we got Starlight Rares from Defu here, $80, 85. So you could get your OG Starlights for not a bad price. Just remember that Defu does have an issue where you can get boxes in even cases, if I'm remembering correctly, but at least boxes where every pack actually has a Starlight Rare. If you guys don't know, that's what happened when Defu came out. So a lot of these Starlight Rares did not go crazy. And if you guys don't know, during Defu era, where QCs were a lot more scarce, they actually this lowered the price a lot. Like Bell never hit the highs that people thought it was going to because there were so many videos and evidence of it going around. I know Defu's an older product now, so I like to just mention that. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit QCs are $30. Honestly, very solid price for Ogres. They were always a higher card. I don't know if they were lower than that $28, $30, $29 mark. I cannot remember, but $30 each. You get a playset for less than 100 for QC. This is not bad at all. Ultis, want to check up on these and kind of see what they're doing here. So your near mints, we're actually going to go some filters here. Near mints are $95 here, going up to about 100 here. If you go without photos here, because we got a janitor it up. Shout out to Fresh Off the Press, by the way. I know some of you discovered me through him, so I always like to give him his dues, and he will be on the channel. We're working out a collab. 120 here. I actually want to get him on a discussion video, actually. I think that'd be super cool. 130, 164. So these do go up back to that like $160, $200 mark. I'm not saying you gotta rush out there and get your ulti Ghost Ogres now, but we've seen stuff with Solemn Strike, where Strike was as low as 40s, and I said, yo, this is really good to grab, and then they got bought out to the moon, and now you got one here for 75, and about 100s here. Still a lot cheaper, and you guys could see them at 50s here, selling. Let's just see what these are really selling at. So a place that did sell at 100, but a lot of these were selling at around the $50 mark. This is definitely a card that I would keep an eye out on. If you spend $100 on it, it's not as bad as I would say, but man, you really missed that hype train. But I could unfortunately see with how old of a card this is, where I have the QC, so people already kind of have their expectations for this card. This card could be go up to about 150, 200. It really can. It is very scarce on the market. If you've been wanting ulti strike, this is something that I would really consider and think about. Solemn Judgment, really quick. I want to go over this ulti as well. Wow. Okay, lower on listings. All right, 43 here. Still not bad. In fact, yeah, this card has been 40, I've thought. So, yeah, not bad at all. You do got these, that not exactly a wall per se, but you got a couple sets from Infinite cards here. You got 2 play sets from Overdose here. I'm not affiliated with Overdose, by the way, at all, but I've bought from them before, and it's been wonderful, like, quite a bit. The cards come fast, good condition. Again, I'm not sponsored, affiliated. I believe I've never even talked to them. Maybe if they were at an event, because I go to a lot of events, and I saw the booth, and I went over to say hi, maybe, but just saying, I always see them pop up. They're doing good work. 50, 57, 67 here, going up to that. So not too bad here. I would definitely maybe go ahead and grab your ulti judgments. That is not bad at all. Malice and White Rabbit, these are 34 here. Got 31, give or take, with the spells being at 27, 28. These cards have finally calmed down, which is great. People are saying this deck's not going to be as good next format and all this, and I'm like, you know what? I know Link Pile is definitely something that people don't always adore and like as much, but I think this deck's going to be around for a while. I don't think it's going to be shafted. You still have the power of Shifter, but that Ryziel spike is coming. They're going to probably most likely have 2 spikes, but when they get 7 Tachyon, ooh, it's going to be crazy. Lordy Load here. 60, going up to 65. Guys, I gotta say something funny about this card. Everyone likes to shorten this card. Please do not go to your local card shop and say, hey, I'm looking for a load. Yo, does anyone have a load? Please don't do that, right? Because there's a guy who's like, hey, bro, I want your load. Like, a guy would, like, I literally saw that at locals, and everyone just started bursting out laughing, all right? So please say the full name of this card, right? Don't even go lordly, all right? Just be like, hey, do you have a Primate Lordy Load? Okay, do not say, hey, I want your load, big man, especially because a lot of these locals are on Saturdays, and you guys know the rule. Saturday is for the boys, so I just want to protect my subscribers, you know. QCs are 180, 200. I mean, I'm just gonna stop right there. Your drill beams are still about the same price. They have been selling still. They've been selling hot here. 16 listings. Maybe this card goes up to 70, 80. Who knows? Azamina Mureglia here is about $62, $70, going up to 80. People are hyping this up because of the zombie support. People are playing with White Forest, and I really like it. I actually want to play this deck, believe it or not. I'm just not in a rush because I actually did play my first locals with Malice, and guys, I had a lot of fun. I actually went X1 out of 4 rounds, and I know that's not impressive because it's just locals, guys. It really isn't. But I'm gonna talk more about that. In fact, I will put my Malice card at the bottom here. Maybe talk about that at the end because I know some of you guys do not care. And that's completely fine, by the way. QC Moreganas here are about $40, $45 for your QCs, going up to $50. This card was $30. I said, you know what? This card's still good. It could be good with the better Azamina support. As cheap as it wasn't a terrible pickup, but there was that Wall of China that I had at 29. And right now, I mean, it's only went up 10 bucks. So if you didn't really get it just yet, I mean, you know what? If you only had to spend $10 more on one of these QCs, and remember, it goes up to 50 here, 11 listings. Biggest wall I saw was 2 copies, does go up to 75. Just something to kind of look at here for this card. Orcus stuff. This is doing wonders in the OCG. These supers are $7 for your nightmares. Your skeletons right here are about $5, going up to $8. But your rare skeletons, and shout out to Chris, by the way. Apparently he watches my videos in the background playing Marvel Rivals and all that stuff. If you're watching, good job. You got one over me because apparently these rares are $4. I was like, what? $4? And I had a stack of these. Just because I thought people would need them and I threw them in bulk. I actually never thought it'd be worth money because I just thought it'd be reprinted sometime down the line. Same with all the other Orcus cards, to be perfectly honest. Terminal Revenge did a terrible job at giving us a little more Orcus stuff. Granted, you know, it was just giving us a QC for the legacy. So I'm not gonna say it did a terrible job, but some of these Orcus cards should have been thrown somewhere. Bestial Jewishworm Secret Rares, guys, these are $26. Get up to $35. Look, if these are not in Stampede, I don't know what to say, but guys, these will definitely be in Stampede. I'm putting a 95% on it. There's no way they miss them. Your supers are 21, 22 as well. White Forest stuff, guys. Before I go into this, smash that like button. If you have not hit that like button, 100 likes would be awesome. Also, if you guys are on the fence of how to support the channel, and I don't mean to spam you guys, the best way is to consider being a YouTube channel member. We have 20 so far. The goal is 25 to 35 for the end of the year. I want to get some more equipment. I want to film a lot more, and I want to do this more. I want to upload Market Watch instead of like Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and maybe the stream Tuesday. I want to do them you know, a little more often. I want to make them longer. I want to do just more content in general, like discussion videos. And I don't want to take away from the market watchers at all. So even if you guys only get, say, 3 market watchers a week, which is still great because mine tend to be a little longer, all that. If you guys get awesome Yu-Gi-Oh discussion that pertains not just to market watch stuff, but the state of the game, you know, insight that's valuable, I'd love to give that to you guys. That OTS video was some of the most fun I've had recording a non-market watch video in a very long time. And I want to do that more. So, considering a YouTube channel member, you know, it's cheapest $2. I'd consider the $5-10 tier. We have a Discord. We have channel member only videos, which you guys will be getting one this week. $31, $35, $36 here for your secret LSETs. Again, we need results for White Forest. I've said this many times. Once we get results, these cards will continue to go up. 18 for your Stellar here. Your Diabell is $3-4. This is the cheapest info secret, and I'll be honest with you guys here. If you are debating on White Forest, or you guys are looking to maybe get in on that hype, if there is any left, I feel like Diabell secrets at that $4 mark is very cheap, especially because if it gets that reprint as an ultra or lower, these secrets are practically safe because, like, if they're less than $5, nobody's really gonna be like, oh man, I should get rid of this $3-4. No, they'll just chuck it somewhere in a deck box or a binder or just somewhere. Honestly, they're not really gonna get rid of this because there's no need to. So this is just a card that I would consider. And by the way, this would look great as an ulti. I don't want it because it has QC already, but since they're doing it anyway, you know, White Forest ulti would be cool. QC LZs are still money at that 125. Stellars are 71 here, going up to 95, so not bad on the Stellars. Diabell 61, going up to 70. Silvera's still high, 63, going up to 80. Roselia 65, going up to 70. And then you got Voiceless Voice, which is getting a little bit of hype here, because we are getting, I think, some more ritual-based cards, and people are trying to see what they could do with that with Voiceless, because Voiceless seems like an engine where it almost feels like playing Cash Tira for rituals, and I want to kind of explain that. Whenever it's, or like maybe even Fiendsmith in a way, because what people could do is they can do whatever Cash Tira stuff they want to. If your opponent blows an Ash or a hand trap, great, you baited a hand trap, and then you can play your actual engine, which, you know, could be really practically anything. It could be Fiendsmith, it could be you know, whatever you like, basically, right? But for rituals, right? So if they want to play a ritual deck, guys, they play Voiceless Voice package. They're able to do what they want to, and if they go off, guess what? They have an Omni Negate. So there you go, right? And that's once per turn, so that's pretty good, right? And they have some protection, right, with the spell, so it really does help the board state for rituals. So $10 here for your Sephiroths. These were as cheap as, I think, $5. So they are going up. Phantom Nightmare is going to get reprinted most likely in the tins. We've got 9 months, which is really funny. I'm not saying they're going to be there for sure. Maybe they put them somewhere earlier, but they usually wait for this stuff in the tins, and I would love to see a Prismatic Secret Saphira. You've got the QC here at 78.85. Not bad at all. I have a Euro. It's one of the best looking Euro QCs I've ever seen in my life. All right. If you guys play Honkai Star Rail, it kind of reminds me of Aglia. And it looks Greek. I love these cards because if you guys don't know, I'm a Greek, right? And this card is just screaming Greek and Roman inspired. And I absolutely love that. Whenever they put that in a game, it's like how you get, you know, people to get the waifu card to put something Greek related. I'll get it. All right. Doesn't even need to be waifu related. Although I do love my waifu cards. I had a comment a while ago. It's like, oh, like complains like, oh, because I mentioned something about censorship. He was like, oh man, people want just coom on their cards and blah, blah, blah. You know what? I'm sorry that I like what I like, you know. I like beautiful women. I like waifus. And guess what? I also love history. I love, you know, Europe, you know, Greek to / Roman inspired cards. I love, you know, food related cards. Like I love Madolce. I love Sous Chef, right? And believe it or not, I'm actually a big fan of Mecha. So when I saw Rise EL, I was like, you know what? It's not Mecha, but you know what? It scratches that itch, right? A little bit. So that's why I really like Rise EL personally, right? I like a lot of things, right? Never, if anyone tries to tell you guys, oh, you know, you like the, by the way, if you don't like waifu cards, it's completely fine. You don't need to, but there's way too much people who take these things personally. You know, go get something to eat. You know, grumpy. $1 on your super rare barrier of the Voiceless Voice here. So fisheries out of bulk. Ulti lows are like $14, $15 here. Extremely cheap. I always told people, yeah, this card's not worth 30 something when we have a QC at 70. Well, now that they're 15, instead of getting a set for say 90 plus, with like taxes, or maybe if someone has them in person, you can get them for 80. Now getting a set for 45 or less here, because it does seem to be going downwards, is not bad. If this card becomes their $10 ulti, you know what? You want to take a set of these, throw them somewhere? Yeah, not bad. Secrets are same price, and that's what I mean by, in my discussion video for OTS, is it's become very irrelevant because these OG secrets, or the are holding about the same value roughly, if not almost to the dot. Phantom of Yubel does the same thing, actually. In fact, I will bring up Phantom of Yubel, or as I like to call, piss hands. You've got your secrets and you got your ultis here. Ultis, you know what? I can't even call it a $10 card, guys. It's going down. It's 8-ish to 9. Your secrets, $9 on the dime. In fact, the secrets are showing you a little bit better than the ultis, which is very sad. QC lows, 90, 115 here. Beautiful looking QC. High Speedroid Chunmara. Secrets, if you guys don't know, Speedroids are getting that new support. People are hyping it up. Right now, they're about no verified at all, which is insane. I remember telling people, hey, this is a good card at a $2 pickup. I've said it multiple times. I said it probably is played only at 1 in the deck, but high rarity, $2, $3, that's quite good, especially because High Speed Riders is closer to a decade old. So if you guys got your copies, time to fish them out of bulk. I have a playset somewhere, but I have so much things to do today. You know what? If I go over it, would you guys like to see this given away? Because to me, it's similar more towards a bulk card. I can't tell you how long ago I got my set. I would probably, and this might seem kind of sad, but I don't know if we had the Koof lockdowns or not at that point. When I say I picked these up at 2 a long time ago, we're talking that long. So, hey, why not give back to the community? You guys know I love you. So, Speedroid Cork Shooter here. $7, $8 for your ultras. This card's been up or down. Synchro Storm is a card you always get singles on. What's really funny is I always, we want to check up on that Ghost Ray, actually. Where is this? I always thought that Bird Call would do something, but they're like cents here. This card can be reprinted at any point too. A lot of this whole entire set can be. But these are just like pennies on the dollar. Lyricics and this deck just doesn't do anything at all. I remember this card was $10. And yeah, you just have these for pennies on the dollar. These boxes are just not fun / good to open anymore. You got Cork Shooter at 8. You got Clear Wing at what, 14, 15 here. And then you got the Ghost Ray at like 28. Like, you can pull the Ghost Ray and technically neg. If all your other ultras are like dollars or less. It's kind of sad. Talk to Morg here. Supers are like $6.59, $10 here for your supers. As well, your ulti Terratops are about 44, 46, so not terrible. Still good for your ultis, but where is this here? Where's my, yeah, there it is. But you got your QCs here at $3, which is not bad at all. Not bad for your QCs here. Then we got some older cards. Magical Android here, a card that I would like in Stampede, but my problem, one of my problems was, well, you know what? Everyone needs one copy, and then you're kind of done with this. But if they do it where they put this as one of the legacy support cards, it's the main set versus side set, right? They put this in the side set or the nostalgia pool. That's, I think, the official term. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. I always like being corrected. But for the nostalgia pool, if they ever put, these cards, they're like 1 out of 200, right? And then there's only like 3 that you pull and a bunch of plats, right? I kind of don't care if they put 1-ups for that. It just, in the main set, it would just be way too much. But Magical Android, I definitely see there. People still want their old versions. DT's at $28, $34 here. Then you do have your OG supers at 21 here. In fact, you know what? We're actually going to put the first edge here. Yeah, $25 here. Goes up to 40 though, so you got 3 left before it goes up to that $45 mark. That's quite a bit here. Now, you do have other versions here. You have the rare and you have the ultra. So if you do not have a first edition super or a DT, here's what I'm going to tell you. I would personally get rid of your copies now. Not like a month before, a few weeks before we get the list, or as we get closer to Stampede, or let them reveal this. Get rid of it now. And if you guys want, maybe get one of your OG copies if it's in Stampede a little later, see what those prices drop. And you can probably exchange your, your Ultra / Turbo Pack Rare for a DT or a first ed super. Maybe DT if you're lucky, and then, hey, you get an upgrade. If not, you'll probably at least lose way less on your card, retain more of your value. I'm just saying, if you're not playing Edison right now, or you have extra copies, because some people do have, you know, extra copies. Some people haven't said this because they play like 5-6 Edison decks, but they don't want to switch on one exact copy, which is very understandable. I do personally, because I like to pinch my money personally. And, you know, I like to get hot max rarity. So why get a bunch of, like, you know, lower rarities that can get max rarity? Just swap the sleeve. Takes me 30 seconds. It can be a little annoying at times. And then you lose sleeves. I get it, but I don't know. For me, that's how I like to personally do it. Sangan turbo packs, guys, these are as cheap as 14 bucks. You want to make a good old school investment here? Turbo packs are, go ahead, grab your Sangans. In fact, Ulti Dag comes out of this, doesn't it? Yeah. You got Ulti Dag here, you got Mass Dragon. I don't want to see if there's any like unique buyouts we want to kind of go over here. We'll go over Fishboard Blaster. We always go over Dad. We went over him last market watch, but right now near mints are a solid 501, going up to 526. So the card's going down a little bit. The fact that they gave these out for bounties is kind of insane. I was amazed. Fishboard Blaster is $22 here for your supers. I actually have a sealed turbo pack booster for my personal seal collection, actually. Maybe I should do that as a video showing off my seal collection. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe like for a channel member video. I don't know. Would you guys like that if you're a channel member? Fishboard Blaster here, $22 here. QC Sangans are 13s here, way cheaper than the 20s they were, so not that bad at all for your QC Sangans. If you guys are interested in this card, I will go grab it. And then I'm going to tell you about my locals recap here. All right. So for Malice, so round 1, I ended up facing Cash the Fiendsmith, and I ended up losing the die roll. Got game 1. Also, if you guys are leaving, smash that like button, 100 likes on this video, that'd be great. Let me know what cards I'm going over in the comment section below, all that, because I know some people don't want to hear this, which is completely fine. And thank you for making it to the end of the video. Now, first round, lost the dice roll, ended up facing Kesher Fiendsmith, ended up getting it game 3. Here, I ended up just making my board, making access code in games 1 and 3. Because I really believe that access codes lines in this deck are really, really strong. I really, really like it. If people are not playing access code, you're really just you're really hindering your like past turn 2 potential, in my opinion. I really think that, because the fact that you can just banish and then just like you get it back, you get the effect, all that is just fantastic. And plus, you know, you're gonna have a 53 access code. You activate Dormouse, you bring something back. Any of the mouse links boosted by 600. There's over 8k right there, because usually it's like 29 plus 53, which is 82. So there you go. That's just what I would do personally. I would never cut access code from this deck ever. Game 2, I ended up losing. I actually faced Rescue Ace Fiendsmith, and the board's really awesome actually, because you have the Fiendsmith combo with the multiple negates, all that, but then you have the 4 set from the Rescue Ace, so which is like a negate, a pop, and then you can't like link off with it, and then you have like the other ones, like you have a spell that's in somewhat interrupt or whatever. I know one of the monsters does something as well. So it's like really, really good. But then you have like the Fiendsmith, where they can, you know, depending on the link, they can negate up to a certain amount of cards. I got game 2 because I lost die roll. I lost game 1, won game 2, ended up losing game 3. Definitely felt like a die roll matchup, but shout out to my opponent. He actually did the Ritual Beast deck profile, so shout out to him for that, because, you know, he actually he's really nice to play against. Shout out to Brandon. Game 3 here, I ended up going against Blackwing, and it was wild because that the deck, I had Nib, but multiple, like all 3 games somehow. But basically, I ended up getting in game 3. Unfortunately, sadly to time with the trap, but he played his time card. So when I got to main phase and I was at some or when he got to main phase, he ended out main phase. I ended up doing the combo with the trap, where I banish and then special him in a link, gain the amount for the link. So I had to kind of fight fire with fire there. Ended up grabbing it, but definitely Blackwings are definitely a deck that take a long time to play against. I don't know how. I mean, it's not my opponent didn't play so slow. I'm not saying that per se, but I feel like out of the 45 minutes, I feel like I maybe got 15 to 17 minutes of that time. I it was pretty bad. I mean, I got a little more because, I know we didn't get an extension. So yeah, that's just personally how I feel. Then game 4, I think I faced it was some type of relevant deck. I completely forgot what it was, but he just kind of ended up bricking, I think. So I ended up just getting, I think, a clean 2-0. I think I did win the die roll, I believe, though. First die roll I won out of the game. So it was pretty good going X1 at EG. Really like this deck. I want to play a little longer, and then I maybe want to try White Forest. I would give you guys the Malice deck profile, but I feel like it's Snake Eye where it's like, oh, Malice deck profile. That is not unique at all because I don't really play too much Spice. I play a little bit, but that's about it. So, but if I ever did that White Forest deck profile, ooh, that's spicy. I would definitely give you guys deck profile of that. But we will give you guys a CRYSTRON deck profile. We actually have a B Trooper deck profile coming up as well. I might do a video Friday, Saturday, 2 deck profiles each, depending on how I feel, or maybe during a live stream today, I upload the deck profile and do a stream. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But let me know in the comment section below what guys I'm going to go over next Mark Watch. Thank you guys for hearing my story. I'm not going to do these locals recaps all the time, but some people like to watch them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.